What's up, everyone? I'm Kevin Meadows, and this is Invest With Me. I hope you all are having a good day. And on an update on the campaign, we did have our debate yesterday, and it did go pretty well. With today's market, it is recovering from the last few days, so we do have a few picks. So let's take a look at them and see what we have. Our first stock for today comes from Motley Fools, and we have PG. For today's chart, when looking at PG, we do see that it has been green today. Looking at the 1 month, we do see that it is on a downtrend right now, but it is recovering back up to that high of 145. When looking at the 6 months, we do see that it is in the green, but it did have a little bit of a dip in April, but it recovered, and it recovered higher than its previous high. When looking at the year to date, we do see some ups and downs, but it's more ups than downs. And with this, you are seeing about a 3% increase throughout the year. Lastly, within Yahoo Finance, one of the things to look at is for this particular stock, you do see that right now in the short term and midterm, they do have it as bearish, but in the long term, they have this as a bullish stock. So they see this as a stock that you would hold for the long run. Now in tip ranks, and looking at the forecast, we do see that this is a moderate buy. We have a high of $163, an average of $155.73, and a low of $139. Now looking at FinViz, the performance so far is positive throughout this stock, moving upwards and currently touching the support line for a potential bounce up in October. When looking into Benzinga and looking at the analytical rankings, we do have an update on a price target change, where this firm has it at 160 to 163, which is a $20 increase than what the initial price of the stock is now. When looking at all the information that we gone over, to me, I see this as a potential buy. The charts look good and the numbers look good. So I would say dive deep into this particular stock. Our next stock comes from Tip Ranks, and we have PTCT. One of the reasons why this is a potential buy according to Tip Ranks is that the revenue within this stock has gone up about 55% a year ago in its quarter. Looking at today's chart, we do see that it is in the green. It started off pretty well from the morning to the afternoon, and now it's just slowly decreasing, but not by much. When looking at the 1 month, we do see that it is on a downtrend right now. When looking at the 6 months, we do see that this particular stock has taken a hit within May, but it did have some increases, but overall it has dropped about 25% within the 6 months. Looking at the year to date, once again, it is on a decrease. It is at a 41% decrease, but analysts sees this as a buying opportunity. Within Tip Ranks, we do have it as a moderate buy with a high of $75, an average of $58.33, and a low of $45. In FinViz, we do see that this chart is on the downside. Hopefully it recovers with a bounce up since it is currently touching the support line within October. Throughout Benzinga and looking at the analytical rankings, right now there is no current updates on the price target change from different firms. But if we look at July, it had a price target of $50. To me right now, and looking at the information, I don't see this as a potential buy just because of how much it has gone down, and we just don't know how further it's gonna go. Our next stock comes from Benzinga, and we have PFMT. One of the reasons why this is a potential buy according to Benzinga is because a 10% owner did buy more shares. Basically 853,242 shares. When looking at today's chart, it did start off pretty well within that 30 minutes, but it did slowly creep to a decrease throughout the day. Looking at the 1 month, we do see that it is on a downtrend right now. On the 6 months chart, we do see that it stayed consistent within that April range, and then it had a spike up within June, and then from there it basically dipped, and then it went close to its high of $4.92, but it's been within that range of $4. When looking at the year to date and looking at the chart, you are seeing a 300% increase throughout. This is incredible. Within tip ranks and looking at the forecast, right now we do have it as a moderate buy, but looking at it, there's only one ranking where it's basically $11 throughout the high, average, and low. Now on to FinViz. And looking at the chart, we do see that it is on an upward trend. And halfway throughout the year, we do see that bounce up. Now it has been consistent within that $4 to $5. And looking at the chart again, we do see that it did break through that support line that FinViz drew out, but this is where I think the actual support line should be. Within Benzinga and looking at the analytical rankings, right now we do not have any current updates. The last update was in July, and they have that price target at $10. Now with this particular stock and looking at the information that we have, I do see this as a potential buy. So let's keep track of it and go from there. Hopefully some of these picks will be beneficial for you. Now I will have the links in the description box where you can get all the information about the picks. Lastly, I just want to say thank you for watching. And if you're new and you like the content, please like and subscribe. I would appreciate it a lot. You all have a good one. Bye.